take the nearest seats. Honorable Bashir, take your seat. Order, honorable members. Honorable members, I have a few short messages. The first is a message from His Excellency the President. Honorable members, this is a message on notification of persons, on nomination of persons to the positions of chairperson and members of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. Honorable members, Standing Order 42.2 relating to messages from the President provide that if a message is received from the President at a time when the House is not in session, the Speaker shall forthwith cause the message to be transmitted to every member and shall report the message to the House on the day the House next sits. In this regard, honorable members, I wish to report to the House that during the recess period, I received a message from His Excellency the President relating to the nomination of persons for appointment to the positions of chairperson and members of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. In the message, His Excellency the President conveyed that in accordance with the procedure set out in Section 5 and the first schedule of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, Cap 7C, and Section 3 and 5 of the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act, Cap 7F, he had nominated Dr. Erastus Edung Ethekon from Turkana County as the chairperson of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, and the following other persons as members of the Commission. Ms. Ann Njeri Nderitu from Nyandarua County, Mr. Moses Alutalala Muhwana from Kakamega County, Ms. Mary Karen Sorbit from Uasin-Gishu County, Mr. Hassan Nur Hassan from Mandera County, Mr. Francis Odhiambo Adwol from Kisumu County, and Ms. Fahima Arafat Abdallah from Lamu County. Honorable members, you will recall that on Friday, 9th May 2025, I issued a notification number 007 of 2025 in which I conveyed that I had received a message from His Excellency the President and pursuant to Standing Order 42.3c, referred the said message together with the certificate of presidential nomination and the CVs of the nominees to the Departmental Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs. The committee was to undertake the necessary approval hearings pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 45 and the resolution of the House of 13th February 2025. I also directed the clerk to transmit the notification to all members of the National Assembly. And in this regard, honorable members, we shall wait for the Departmental Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs to notify the House as soon as it concludes the approval hearings. The House is accordingly guided. Members at the bar, take the nearest seats. Member for Turkana, the nearest seat excludes sprinting across the floor. Member for Vihiga, what is your idea of the nearest seat? Yes, Honorable Otienda Mola.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in consideration of your communication, and it may not be in my place because my chairman is here, but I do not want to lose the moment. In respect of that, having forwarded the nominees to the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee. Mr. Speaker, I was hoping that you give a further direction in view of events that have since occurred. Mr. Speaker, Chairman Murugara let us know, and we were notified of a court case that was subsequently filed and a stay that was issued, and that the matter is coming up again on 29th. And that, I believe, has put the committee in not therefore undertaken what it ought to have undertaken. And yet, the wording of Section 8 of the Act you've just referred to appears mandatory within 14 days. And I think, Mr. Speaker, therefore, so that the 14 days are extended, or three, whether depending on the decision, that is made on Thursday the 29th, within the time limited, that process can still be undertaken. I'm hoping, Mr. Speaker, you'll give the House further guidance. Thank you.
And four, if I can help you, whether a parliamentary process can be injuncted.
Indeed, that I had canvassed that within the first one by saying whether, in view of the nature of the orders given, the process can continue or be suspended. And I think that's the most fundamental one.
Absolutely, Senior Counsel. My mind is very clear. I'll give you direction tomorrow. And both yourself and the Honorable Murugara, and indeed your committee, may wish tomorrow after prayer breakfast, come to my chamber so that we can have some jurisprudential tete-a-tete. The second message, honorable members. Honorable Bashir, you look very mobile today. Can you take your seat? Thank you. Honorable members, the second message is also from His Excellency the President on nomination of persons for appointment as members of the National Police Service Commission. Honorable members, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 42, I wish to convey a message from His Excellency the President regarding the nomination of persons for appointment as members of the National Police Service Commission. In the message, honorable members, His Excellency the President conveys that in exercise of powers conferred on him by Article 246(2) and 252 of the Constitution and Section 6(5) of the National Police Service Commission Act Cap 85, he has nominated the following persons for appointment as members of the National Police Service Commission and now seeks approval for appointment by this House. Ms. Peris Mudhoni Kimani, nominated pursuant to Article 246(2)(2) of the Constitution, being a retired senior officer of the Kenya Police Service. Mr. Benjamin Ju, pursuant to Article 246(2)(2) of the Constitution, being a retired senior officer of the Administration Police Service, APs. Professor Coletta A. Suda, PhD, nominated pursuant to Article 246(2)(3 of the Constitution, being a person of integrity who has served the public with distinction. Honorable members, Standing Order 45 provides that upon receipt committed to the relevant for appointment, such nomination shall stand committed to the relevant departmental committee for consideration. In this regard, I hereby refer the message from His Excellency the President, together with the curriculum vitae, the report of the selection panel, and other testimonials of the nominees to the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security for consideration. Honorable members, Section 6(6) of the National Police Service Act Cap 85 provides that the relevant committee of the National Assembly shall consider the nominees and table a report in the House within 21 days. In this regard, the committee is expected to immediately commence the approval process and notify the nominees and the general public of the time and place for holding the approval hearings. Thereafter, upon conclusion of the hearings, the committee should table its report on or before Wednesday, 11th June 2025, to enable the House to consider the matter within the statutory timelines. Honorable members, the next message is a message from the Senate on approval of nominees for appointment to the board of the Central Bank. Pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 41(4), relating to messages from the Senate, I wish to report to the House that I have received a message from the Senate dated 7th May 2025 regarding the approval of nominees for appointment to the board of Central Bank of Kenya. The message conveys that by a resolution made on 7th May 2025, The Senate approved the appointment of the following persons as members of the Board of Central Bank of Kenya: FCPA Sophie Moturi, CPA Abdullahi Mohamed Abdi, Ms. Beatrice Kosgei, and Mr. David Simpson Osawa Owor. Honourable members, you recall that the approval process for the nominees to the position of members of the Board of Central Bank of Kenya was jointly conducted by the respective committees of the Houses of Parliament. You will further recall that on 30th April 2025, the National Assembly approved the appointment of the nominees, and in this regard, the approval by the Senate now concludes the bicameral approval of the appointments, and the appointing authority has since been notified, and the House is accordingly guided. The last message, honourable members, is a message from the judiciary. Members at the bar, take the nearest seats. Musa Sirma, take the nearest seat. Thank you, honourable members. Honourable members, the message from the judiciary is on the nomination of persons for appointment as the chairperson and members of the Public Benefit Organizations Disputes Tribunal. Honourable members, I wish to report to the House that I have received a message from the Honourable Chief Justice and the President of the Supreme Court of Kenya regarding the nomination of persons for appointment as chairperson and members of the Public Benefit Organizations Disputes Tribunal. In the message, the Honourable Chief Justice conveys that in accordance with the provision of Section 50 of the Public Benefits Organization Act 2013, she has appointed the following persons as chairperson and members of the Public Benefits Organizations Disputes Tribunal, and now seeks the approval of the National Assembly: Ms. Eunice Adoyo Otieno Arwa, chairperson; Ms. Christabel Mideva Eboso, member; Ms. Elizabeth Mbithe Mulwa, member; Dr. Leonard Kinyulusi, member; and Mr. Mohammed Sheikh Noor, member. For clarity, honourable members, Section 50 of the Public Benefits Organization Act 2013 provides, and I quote, "There is hereby established a tribunal to be known as the Public Benefits Organizations Disputes Tribunal, which shall consist of members appointed by the Chief Justice and approved by the National Assembly as follows: a chairperson who shall be an advocate of the High Court of Kenya of not less than 7 years standing, 2 advocates of the High Court of not less than 5 years standing, 2 persons having such specialized skills or knowledge necessary for the discharge of the functions of the tribunal." Honourable members, Standing Order 45.1 provides that upon receipt of a notification of nomination for appointment to a state office or such other office, the nomination shall stand committed to the relevant departmental committee of the House for consideration. In this regard, I hereby refer the names together with the CVs and other testimonials of the nominees to the Departmental Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs to undertake the necessary approval hearings. Honourable members, whereas the Public Benefits Organizations Act 2013 does not expressly provide for the timeline within which the House considers the respective nominees, Section 8 of the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act Cap 7F requires the committee to which nominations are referred shall consider the matter and table a report in the House for debate and decision within 28 days. In this regard, therefore, the committee is directed to expeditiously commence the approval process and notify the nominees and the general public of the time and place for holding the approval hearings. The committee should table its report by Wednesday, 18th June 2025, to enable the House to consider the matter within the statutory timelines. I thank you. Next.
Order number 5, order number 4, petitions. Order Order number 5, papers.
Majority Leader.
Right here, sir. Honorable Speaker, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Tuesday, May 27th, 2025. A, legal notice number 195 of 2024 relating to the Public Finance Management Public Officers Medical Scheme Fund, Regulations 2024 and the explanatory memorandum from the National Treasury and Economic Planning. B, legal notice number 38 of 2025 relating to the Central Depositories, Regulations of Central Depositories Amendment Rules 2025, Evidence of Stakeholders Engagement and the explanatory memorandum from the National Treasury and Economic Planning. C, legal notice number 88 of 2025 relating to the Code of Conduct for Media Practice 2025 from the Ministry of Information, Communication and Digital Economy. D, the agreement between the Government of the Republic of Singapore and the Government of the Republic of Kenya for the elimination of double taxation with respect to taxes on income and prevention of tax evasion and avoidance between the Government of the Republic of Kenya and the Government of the Republic of Singapore from the National Treasury and Economic Planning. E, submission of nominees for the National Government Constituencies Development Fund for the following constituencies, Honorable Speaker: Banisa, Bomachoge, Butere, Buri, Embakasi Central, Galole, Ganze, Garissa, Ijara, Jomvu, Juja, Kabuchai, Keiti, Kamukunji, Kilifi, Kilome, Kimilili, Kuria East, Lagdera, Loima, Lugari, Matayos, Matungu, Moyale, Msambweni, Muhoroni, Mvita, Nyali, Nyando, Nyaribari Masaba, Nyatike, Rabai, Rangwe, Samburu East, Sotik, Suna West, Taveta, Teso North, Tongaren, Turukana Central, Turukana West, and Vihiga. Honorable Speaker, I thank you.
Chairperson, Committee on Regional Integration. Who is the chairperson? Irene, go ahead.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the House today, Tuesday, 27th May 2025. Report of the Committee on Regional Integration on a study visit to the European Union and the European Parliament from the 9th to the 13th of September 2024. I thank you.
Thank you. Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Junet Mohammed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to give notice of adjournment of the House on definite matter of urgent national importance to discuss the threats by the former Deputy President on the recurrence of post-election violence in the country. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to provisions of Standing Order 331, I seek leave for the adjournment of the House for purposes of discussing a definite matter of urgent national importance regarding the threats by the former Deputy President on the occurrence of post-election violence in the country. Honorable Speaker, on 16th May 2025, while attending an interview, the former Deputy President was on record alluding to a recurrence of the post-election violence experienced in 2007-2008. Arising from alleged planned electoral malpractices in the upcoming 2027 general elections, the former Deputy President issued veiled threats and calls to violence which left unchecked are likely to endanger the security and the well-being of our nation. Given the recommendations of the Truth, Justice and Reconciliation Commission, TJRC, and the Commission of Inquiry into the Post-Election Violence that led to the persons being taken to The Hague, it behoves the House to discuss and condemn any person dreaming or aspiring to take the country to the dark days. Honorable Speaker, It is against this background that I seek leave for the adjournment of the House to discuss the matter of great national concern. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Of the requisite support. The support is overwhelming. I will take your seats, honorable members. I'll direct that this matter be disposed of in the shortest time possible, and I'll allocate 1.5 hours to the motion starting 4 p.m. this afternoon. In the event we get to 4 p.m. and we are still having business like statements, they will be stepped down. You got the motion, and then thereafter we can proceed with what is left of the other businesses. Thank you. Honorable members, allow me to acknowledge in the Speaker's gallery a recognition of staff from the Parliament of Ghana. I wish to introduce to you 2 staff members from the Parliament of Ghana who are seated in the Speaker's gallery. The officers are on a week-long benchmarking visit to Parliament, collaborating with our Directorate of Legal Services to enhance the capacity of the legal officers in areas relating to comparative legal frameworks, governance and law reform processes, technology and innovation in legal service delivery, committee support systems with legal frameworks, and judicial processes and practices. Honorable members, on my behalf and on behalf of the House, I welcome the members of staff from the Parliament of Ghana, and as they say in Ghana, Agwaba. Agwaba members means Karibu. Take your seats, members. Honorable members, also in the Speaker's gallery, I acknowledge St. Teresa's Bikeke High School from Kiminini, Trans Nzoia. In the public gallery, the students, when your school is mentioned, you stand up for acknowledgement, then you take your seats. Very good, you can now take your seats. In the public gallery, we have Tengecha Boys High School from Bureti, Kericho, Ndururumo High School from Laikipia West, Laikipia, and Siungi Secondary School from Wingi Central, Kitui. I've been requested by the Honorable Member from Wingi Central to welcome the school from his constituency, and in the same vein, Honorable Mulyungi, you can welcome all the other students on behalf of your colleagues. 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I take this opportunity to welcome all the schools which are here to Parliament, and in particular my school, Siungi Secondary School, which I work with. Mr. Speaker, I want to encourage all the students who are here to work very hard so that one day they can aspire to be members of Parliament and senior public officers. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Next order.
Order number 7, questions and statements.
Member for Kilifi, Gertrude Mbeyu. Honorable member for Kilifi, she's where? Is Gertrude Mbeyu in the house? I don't think she is. Statement dropped. Honorable Amina Muyanzi, member for Malindi. Go ahead.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of the Standing Order 42C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Health regarding the impact of the recent withdrawal of US aid funding on healthcare financing in the country. Honorable Speaker, on January 20th, 2025, US President Donald J. Trump issued an executive order titled Reevaluating and Realigning United States Foreign Aid. The order imposed a 90-day pause on all US foreign development assistance programs to allow for comprehensive review. This decision has disrupted billions of dollars earmarked for health, education, and development worldwide, with no exemptions for essential health programs such as the Presidential's Emergency Plan for AIDS relief. Honorable Speaker, access to healthcare service is not only a right guaranteed under the Article 43 of the Constitution, but also a vital driver of economic growth, public health, and environmental sustainability. USAID has historically been a major contributor to Kenya's health sector, funding programs in HIV/AIDS treatment, malaria prevention, and maternal health care. Notably, over 25% of the country's annual HIV-related health budget relies on US government funding, and direct US support accounts for 29% of the HIV medicines available in the country. Unfortunately, all USAID health programs in the country are scheduled to end by September 2025. The resulting funding gap threatens to disrupt life-saving treatments and services, directly impacting thousands of patients across the country. It is projected that 54,000 healthcare workers could lose their jobs, while institutions such as the Kenya Medical Supplies Authority face deficits amounting to Kenya shillings 600 million, hampering the availability of critical medical supplies essential for both prevention and ongoing patient support. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I seek a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Health on the following. 1. Report on the measures being undertaken by the government to address the impact of the recent withdrawal of USAID funding in Kenya, which has previously supported critical health sectors such as HIV/AIDS treatment, malaria prevention, and maternal care. 2. Current status of essential drug supplies for all the critical sectors supported by USAID, including whether there are sufficient stocks available, and indicate how long these supplies are expected to last given the current national demand. And 3, the immediate and long-term action plans by the government to mitigate the negative effects arising from the USAID funding withdrawal, including ensuring uninterrupted healthcare services for the affected populations. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Chair Health, how much time do you need to bring a response?
Next week.
Okay, Thursday next week. Amos Mwago. Amos Mwago, member for Starehe. Third time, Amos Mwago, statement dropped. Honorable members, I'll have a reorganization in a small way of the order of business, so that I'm sure members, you have seen your supplementary order paper, so that we can go to order number 8 for the majority leader to move a procedural motion. Thereafter, do first reading at order number 9 and 10. Then we come back to the statements. So read out.